Look at you all. You all look so good. All right, so we are going to, as we introduced last week when Tina shared her 5-minute feel good. So the way that we can actually bring love and feel good is either by laughing or giving. And so mine, of course, is about laughing. So when in doubt, we can always go to Phil Dunphy. He'll bring us a laugh from Modern Family. So let's see, I'm going to hit share my screen. And I'm going to share what we need to be doing as realtors from Phil Dunphy. You can see my screen, right?
What does it take to make a great salesman? It's no big secret. You just follow the ABCs of salesmanship. Always be closing. Don't ever forget great home ideas. Just keep lurking mostly nearby. Often people question realtors' sincerity. Take umbrage. Violators will. Oh, shit. And this is the great room, although great hardly seems to do a room like this justice. Weird, squiggly painting not included.
I actually love it.
I do too. It's really beautiful. All custom built-ins, and you'll notice just tons of natural light. So that's great. Did I need the sale? Yes. Was I worried? No. Why? Because. Because why? Because I won't sell anything I don't believe in. And when I believe, you believe. I can sell a fur coat to an Eskimo.
Yeah, Phil, I'm sorry. It's a beautiful house, but I'm just not sure how kid-friendly it is. And we have 2 small children. I mean, these stairs
Dad,
alone.
this place is awesome.
Not now, Luke.
Did you see the backyard? It's got room for like 10 tree houses. And the bedroom's got a window on the ceiling. I wish we could live here.
I wish you'd go back out to the patio.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. Our house sucks compared to this one.
It really does. Hey, titans of residential real estate. That's right, I'm talking to you, Sandy Brewster, Skip Woosnam, JJ McCubbin. Hear those footsteps? That's Luke Dunphy, and he's gonna drink your milkshake.
That's amazing.
Right?
Incredible.
So the buyer's coming back in an hour with her husband, and I need him. I am telling you, that kid is a genius. There's the rainmaker.
Why is your iPod in your mouth?
I'm charging it.
Alex?
Okay, was that good? I love that. Are they going to be back soon? Do they play? What month are we in? Are there like updates to this show now? Does anybody know? I don't even know if they're back. I miss them. Are they done? Does anybody know? They ended last season, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that is my contribution to your 5 minutes of feel good. And so laughing, from my understanding, burns 43 calories per minute. Did you know that? Write that down, people. 43 calories per minute. I did just make that up, but I'm sure that we burn at least 4 calories. So anyway, thank you here for being here. And all right, I stopped sharing my screen. So it's your turn, Allison. All right, we're going to have some welcomes. We have always celebrations for new cappers. Then we're going to bring on Cindy, who's going to give us an update about coming soons. I bet you can't wait for that. We're going to talk about lore, profit share, some trainings, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then we have Bank 59 is going to share with us about what's escrow agreements and POAs. So we got a lot on our docket here. All right, check it out. Okay, so the goal is that eventually we have more than one screen to show. So we have some newly licensed agent welcomes. We have Eric Baker, Marcus Martinez, Jana Novak, and then we also have the Douglas Real Estate Group, Carrie Douglas, Jessica Drake, and Ben, who joined us as well. So how exciting. Now, I don't know who is all here, so we would love to see your faces and just for you to give a quick shout out and an introduction of yourself. So Eric, are you in the house? Let me see. I don't think so. Marcus?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, awesome. Want to just quickly introduce yourself and tell us anything fun we might want to know about you?
I'm not good on the spot. I don't know.
Oh, welcome to the world of real estate.
My name's Marcus Martinez, and I'm glad to be here.
Perfect. We're glad to have you as well. That's the first part of your elevator speech is knowing your own name. So that's awesome. The good news is eventually you'll have cards. And in case you forget it, you could just look at your card.
Wow, I can't wait.
So great to have you. Anybody else? So do we have Jana here? I don't know if she was here or not. How about Carrie Douglas? Are you in the house?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, awesome. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, I guess, where you came from, how long you've been in the business, why you chose to join us here at KW, and then where you sell real estate, because some people here may be from up north out of our Germantown office that may want to get to know you.
Okay. So I'm Carrie, and I brought with me 2 admins. I have been in the business for almost 4 years, and we switched to KW because we are excited to collaborate with other people who are doing well and trying to do well and trying to be their best in real estate. I am excited to share things that we are doing well and learn from you guys, things that we still need to improve upon. So we're just excited to meet everybody and collaborate, and that's why we're here. We needed human interaction. We're coming from EXP Realty, which is great. There's a wonderful offering there for people who like mostly virtual everything, and it was really cool to be a part of that during like shutdowns and things, because it was pretty much business as usual, but we do need some human interaction, and that's why we're making this change. So I will be in the office today from 2:30 to 4:30 and a little bit early and maybe a little bit after that. And so if anybody wants to pop in and say hello, I'd love to meet people in person. So.
And then Carrie, where do you do the majority of your business in case somebody has a referral for your area that they don't go to?
Yes, thank you for the reminder to say that part. So I live in Burlington, and I serve kind of an hour radius from that area. So I serve Racine and Kenosha. I serve all of Walworth County, so Lake Geneva area, everything down to the state line to Illinois. And then I grew up in Lake Country area, so I also do Waukesha County. So yes, if there are, I know there's a KW office in Lake Country area who you guys seem to do a lot of, networking with. But if there's anybody down in Racine, Kenosha, or Walworth counties, especially vacation buyers, lake property, Lake Geneva, all of that, please reach out to us. We'd love to network with you and do referrals. So
awesome. Good to know. Thank you. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Also welcome Jessica. I don't know if she's on here as well. So I know she's been participating in our operational masterminds. So, all right. So I think next we have a capper to celebrate. So Jake, so everybody unmute yourself. Oh my gosh, where's my money jar? They cleaned my office. Just a second. I'll be back. I'm coming.
Probably in your prop basket.
No, it's underneath her plant.
Oh.
Hey guys, if you get into the office, please come and see my beautiful makeover, my space. It's amazing. All right, so celebration, Jake.
Money.
Money. Hopefully he has more than a couple cents. So, all right, congratulations, Jake. So Cindy, you're up next with some amazing, great news, I'm sure.
Oh, Kim, thank you for pumping that up, but I unfortunately have some bad news. So we all talked about this couple years ago when Wisconsin changed their law about advertising listings that we don't have yet, right? So back in, I think, July of 2018, the law changed. So we can't do any advertising unless we have an actual signed listing contract, and the contract dates have to be, that's when we start the advertising. We got around that by doing some coming soons, meaning that if you don't do the address and you don't take a picture of the house with the address smack dab in there and you don't describe exactly where the house is and what it is, we thought that was okay. We came to find out that it's not. So what happened last week is we had an agent that posted a coming soon and described the house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath in, and I don't even remember where it was, And they didn't post it on our private Facebook page, meaning our coming soon private page that nobody else is supposed to be on other than us, right? Other than our agent. They posted it in a different private page, but it just happened to be where other real estate agents and MLS happened to see it. We're not sure how MLS saw it. We don't know if another agent tattled on the agent or whatever happened, but came to our attention that this is illegal. We can't do this anymore. We can't do any kind of advertising whatsoever. We can't have a picture. We can't describe the house coming soon. We can't do anything in print. So posts, printing materials, or even sending out an email describing the house saying, hey, I got this listing coming soon. So we still haven't talked about what we're going to do with our coming soon page, Facebook page, because right now it is still private, right? Hopefully MLS and other agents aren't getting into it, but we have to kind of watch what we're doing. So if you want to do the next slide, you know what, go back. This slide is the actual Wisconsin statute saying what we can do for advertising. And number 3, it basically states, and it's so general, it's such a gray area, right? It says advertising without an agency agreement is prohibited. But it doesn't say, what you can and what you can't do. It just says you can't advertise. So yeah, we were bending the rules and we were getting around it by not putting in the address in. If you do the next slide. This is actually, and thank you, Leanna, for sending this to me. I did not do continuing education through WRA. I did it through the Builders Association. But this came through WRA's continuing education. So if anybody's done their continuing ed, you would have gotten this, I'm assuming. And this talks about what an agent can and can't do. So, and I'm not going to go through it, but when you guys get your recap, when Allison sends it out, just read through it, and it'll explain what you can and what you can't do for advertising. If you do the next slide, I kind of just did a highlights. Okay, go to the next, sorry. There we go, here's my highlights. Basically what we can't do is we can't post anything on social media, okay, where it says coming soon. We can't do any print advertising or any marketing, and we cannot send out any emails. What we can do is verbally on Tuesdays in this awesome meeting that we have, we can talk about it. So that's the only time we can verbally say what the coming soons are. We cannot give the address out. We can describe the house. What we also can do, how we can advertise would be to have the seller sign the listing contract and put it in delayed status. Because we all know the reason why agents or the sellers don't want to list right away is because they're either not ready or they're just prepping and everything. Really, the only thing we can do if we want to do coming soons or advertising is sign the listing contract and put it in delayed status. I have a question. Can we still exclude listings and advertise them? No, absolutely not. That changed in February. And thank you, Karen, for saying that or bringing that up. That changed in February. That excluded listings can absolutely not be advertised anywhere. Even though we have a signed contract, because it's excluded from MLS, they will not allow us to advertise anything. And the fine for advertising is, I think it's like $2,000 or $3,000 a day. If you advertise, if MLS finds out you advertised and it's not in MLS, you have 48 hours to get it into MLS. And if you don't have it in MLS, then it's a ridiculous amount of money per day. So anybody have questions, just call me or email me or talk to me about it. So that's kind of what we are going to go with now, is basically verbally talking.
Cindy, can I ask a real quick question?
Absolutely.
So if you get a listing and you have it in delayed And so let's say it starts today, Tuesday, it's in delayed and the listing is not taking effect till Thursday. And you put coming soon, say on one of your pages, like on your social media page, technically you're in contract because it's in delayed.
Yep.
Is that allowed?
Yes, that is allowed.
Okay, it's just
Yeah,
that.
you can say coming soon, as long as you have that listing contract signed and the date of the contract, not the date that the seller signed the listing. Because here's the other thing, I can go today, have my seller sign the contract today and put today's date down. But if those terms aren't starting until November 1st, I cannot advertise until November 1st. So it's the date that you have the terms on whatever lines, whatever line that is, 311 or whatever. I'm just pulling that out of my head because I don't know what line. Yeah, so it has to be in delayed status. The only thing you cannot do when it's in delayed status is show the house to anybody. And then,
Hey, Cindy. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
So when we see on MLS, if there's an agent that is putting their listing on MLS on a Monday, but they say it's a new listing status, but showings don't start until Wednesday, is that a violation? Because
it is.
Okay.
Per MLS file, it's a violation per MLS because MLS states that once you put it in MLS and once it's active, it has to be available to show at all times. Right. But we all know the sellers say, well, okay, I want to get it in right away, but I'm working all day or I'm home all day. I don't want to show it that time. MLS does say that if the seller says I can't show it, I don't want to show it on these times, we have to say the seller does not want to show and whatever specific time. Like I had a seller that worked third shift and he didn't get up until 4 o'clock. So he didn't want any showings until 4 o'clock. So like my time frame was from 4 to 8.
Right, but you can
as long as I said seller works third shift, he does not allow showings. And I put that in the private remarks, they were fine.
Okay, thanks.
And real quick, Cindy, I put that in the listing agreement so MLS can see it. Right.
Yes.
In the listing contract.
Thank you. Yep.
Seller requires or requests showings only during this time frame or whatever.
Yep. Thank you. That's
right. A really good idea.
Because MLS looks at every single listing contract. So if you have something specific, make sure that it's on the contract. The seller signs it so that MLS knows it's from the seller.
And Cindy, how long can we have something in delay now? Is it 3 weeks?
21 days. Because they extended that when they changed the exclusion rules in February. Used to be, I think, 14 or 15 days, and now it's 21 days.
Yeah, okay.
All right, any other questions? So we haven't talked about this at the ELT meeting, but we might be taking that coming soon Facebook page down.
Yeah.
Well, it'll still be buyer needs. We might want to rename it to buyer needs.
That's a good idea.
And then pick up the phone, right? Just you guys, just verbally, you guys can even tell them the address. It's just cannot be in writing. That's it. That's all I got, I think.
You got one more slide.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, my favorite slide. All right, dues are coming up. So what is today? I don't know. Today is the 20-something. So we have a couple more days where we can save $25. Then we have till November to pay after December. And then after January, you're pretty much screwed. So I would pay it this year. One of the things that came up is you cannot renew your Wisconsin license yet. That renewal, the website doesn't open up until I want to say like not even maybe the first or second week in December. So I had a couple people try to do it and it's just not ready yet. So you don't have to renew it until the 14th, but do it like a couple days before the 14th so it registers. All right, I think that's it.
Hey, Cindy, Can
Yep.
you just clarify what you need from agents as far as proof?
Yeah, I don't need the GMAR dues receipt because GMAR actually gives me a list of agents that haven't paid. I do need your Wisconsin real estate license renewal receipt. So I won't be getting that until the first or second week in December. So I don't need them yet, but once you start renewing your license, send that to me.
And so you don't need their CE then, because they would have had to do that to renew anyway. Okay.
Yep.
I just want to make sure that I'm.
Yeah, and I've had some agents send them to me. Thank you, because you used to ask for it in the past, but GMAR sends a list, so they're pretty organized.
Yeah, that's a good point, Abby and Cindy. When we talk about renewing your license, you're just doing that every 2 years, but it won't even allow you to renew your license unless you've done your continuing ed. And again, this is for anybody who got their license before October 1st of 2020.
Yeah, you'll need the name of the class, right? Your CE class. So I would assume most everybody took it from WRA. So you'll need that, and you would need the dates of the class that you did it. I don't think they ask you to upload your certificates, but the school or wherever you took your class from is responsible for sending it to the state. So you just keep them on file in case you get audited.
Awesome. Well, see, that was good news, Cindy. Your job is to protect us. You just saved us like thousands of dollars when it comes to the whole coming soon thing. So thank you for that awesome news.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right, fantastic. So we're going to share some numbers and then we'll move along. So we are going, oh, congratulations and thank you very much, Jeremy Reiner. Check out this crew. This is a really, really good group, you guys, for our GMAR board. We've got Jose, which a lot of us know, Jim, a lot of us know, obviously Jeremy. This is just a really good group, so, and Summerhill. So it's great to have some KW representation in the house. So congratulations. Thank you, everybody, for electing. All right, so let's talk a little bit about profit share. Yeah. Oh, I think I just broke my jar. What just happened? Money just flew out at me. I just broke my jar. Look at this. Remember when I did that with my wine glass? Okay, I need a different noisemaker. So profit share. So we are sharing some numbers here and we combined Keller Williams Milwaukee together because when you look at these numbers, it's really big. So together, KW Milwaukee offices, which really there's only 3 officially, even though we have other locations, they're not official market centers, okay? This includes North Shore, Lake Country, and Southwest. In the month of September, almost $100,000 were shared in comparison to last year. You can see we're up 116%. And then year to date, we're over $500,000. And lifetime, you guys, lifetime, the owners of KW Milwaukee have shared 2.8. Everybody say it with me, unmute. Let's say the word together. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Million.
Yeah, thank you. So $2.8 million. So that's pretty amazing. So thank you, owners and investors. And so all we ask is you guys be great realtors and you do a great job. We raise the bar and go and find people who think like us and fit our culture. They come from a mindset of abundance. They want to learn how to be business owners because this is our culture. Our culture is to share. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been trying to pull the reports to get your individual numbers. So hopefully I will be able to have those before the end of the day to send you a quick little text to let you know how much you personally will have deposited officially tomorrow. And oh, by the way, as a reminder, as we continue to teach you to be business owners, make sure you are having your profit share deposited in a separate account from your commissions. Don't commingle it. It's fun to watch it grow. Awesome. Thank you, guys. That's good news. Share the story. Look at this story. Just take a moment. Look at this story. So pick a number. As we always say, we are comparing September 2019 to September 2020. On the left, you will see that's MLS. And then on the right, you will see that's our office. And that includes Germantown, you guys, because right now all of our stats are together. And so pretty amazing when you look at listings taken unit, and MLS is down 1%. We're up 20%. So that's a great story to tell, right? Or if we look at our closed units, MLS up 25%, we're up 34%. And so right now, this is your script when you meet up with somebody and they ask you, how is the real estate market? Besides just being like, oh my gosh, the buyers are crazy, right? It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Why not use one of these numbers in your script and say, you know what, here's the really good news. My office, I work for the largest office in Waukesha County. We have more agents, more volume, more units. That means, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we can get you more money because right now, our listings taken, we're up 20% in comparison to MLS is down 1%. Why would you not want to work with me? And that's why you pay me 6% plus $295, because I'm going to get you more money and sell your home quicker. And oh, by the way, we have a team meeting every week and we talk about our coming soons at the team meeting. So that's your script. Cool? All right, that will be in your team meeting recap. And then I have a couple more slides to share with you. So the first one combines Milwaukee, Waukesha, Washington, Ozaukee, and Racine. So we call these our 5 county areas that we concentrate on and look at, that we are constantly studying to see where we fall within the market. So this is by brokerage. This is taking all of the Shore West offices, all of the KW offices, all the First Weber, all the Remax, all the Coldwell Banker, and check this out, you guys. So we are just inching up. Will eventually be number 1, I believe. And so our office in closed volume, total volume, as you can see here to date, is up 31%. And we currently hold 11% market share in this 5 county area. This is pretty amazing. And you guys should be really, really proud of yourself. So this is another talking piece that you can utilize, or if you're talking to somebody who's coming from one of these companies and why would they want to join Keller Williams, this is another piece that we can bring out as well. Because I don't know about you, but I want to be with a company that's growing and looking to win. And so when we do that, then it makes your jobs easier. So pretty good little graphic there. And then our next one is a specific one to our office, just to show you where we are at. And we concentrate on this one on specific zip codes. This is for our focus area in comparison to our office. And so we're just showing that we are up as an office 10% and where we fall in line with all of the other offices that are close to our area. And then the next one, Prestige, KW Germantown, look at you guys. So KW Germantown does have its own MLS code. So when we pull these reports, we're pulling them out of MLS, not the KW system, but out of MLS. And so we're going to also start tracking KW Prestige, right? As they continue to grow, and look at that line. I don't know about you, but I want to align myself with a company that is growing at that pace. So congratulations, Prestige as well. So we pulled this one for you too. So nice job. Shake your money jar. I don't have a money jar, but good job, you guys. So I hope that these are helpful for you. Focus title update. So I don't know if we have anybody on here from Focus Title. I don't think so. So as you know, we have a partnership with Focus Title, and part of Focus Title's value to you guys is a transaction coordinator. So our amazing Lynn Veresi, who originally joined our office from Shore West Realtors as an agent, timing was perfect for her to take on the transaction coordination position. She's now been offered another position from a family member who's going to be bringing her on board. So she did give her 2-week notice and is going to be stepping out of the transaction coordinator position. Here's what you guys need to know. It's all about who you know. So as you know, Lynn was originally hired as an agent, as well as Renee Ferreira, who's out of the North Shore office, was an agent at 1.2. So if you are an agent who's into detail and follow up and looking for possibly a more stable position and just real estate sales is not working out for you, this might be of interest to you. So we just wanted to let you know. Now, the other thing is Lynn will be, she is a licensed real estate agent. She will be staying with the KW family. She just has another opportunity that she cannot turn down. So if you know of anybody, or if you can remember or if you worked with somebody at another title company that does an amazing job that would fit our culture, or yeah, Alex, it's totally because of something you did. I just saw your comments. Or if you know of somebody maybe at Shore West Closing, or just somebody who has some real estate experience or closing experience, let's fold them into our family. So let us know. The ad is on Indeed. So she just gave her 2 weeks notice. So make sure you give her some virtual hugs before she leaves. And like I said, she'll still be here as an agent when she renews her license. So that's the update there. All right, upcoming training. So just a couple of things to note. So Tina Reddick is going to be leading how to get a deal by the end of the year. You guys, you want to know what? I counted the days until Thanksgiving because I believe that you really have about until that time to close a deal that will actually close before the end of the year. And it is only 28 days. That's it. Woo! We got to write some deals. Tina, what do you have to add about this?
You are not going to want to miss this session. We are going to be going over lead gen levers. We're going to find what works best for you, and we're going to work that strategically and masterfully until the end of the year. And promise you, I swear, if you do this, we're going to get a deal on the table. My goal is to get everybody who shows up a deal before the end of the year. That's my commitment to you. If you put the time in and the work in, we're going to make it happen.
Love it. Love it.
I'm excited.
Awesome. Okay, so just some reminders. So probably, I'm guessing, Tina, part of the lead gen lever might be showing up for the daily mojo call. Could be, right? Unless you're going to door knock every day.
Yeah, well, even if you are, you should be showing up for the 9 a.m. so you know what your script is and you can practice it.
Right. So we still have that Monday through Friday. We have our budget model mastermind with Scott, which is virtually on Wednesday. So this is a great thing for all of our top producer and ALC members. We have our launch orientation with Cindy on Thursday. And then we have a script off, which is going to be next Tuesday, the 27th, right after the team meeting. Hang tight on that one. That one might be, I think is going to probably be over Zoom. And this is where, so today, if you pick what your lead gen lever is to get your closing or to get at least an accepted offer or listing by the end of the year, next, then you need to know your scripts. And then we have our next Wednesday organizational model mastermind. That is for anybody who leads a team or is looking to hire to a team next year. So that's what those are for. So those are some highlights for you. All right, and then I think that might be it for me. I'm not really sure. Oh, Allison, look at you. Hey, Allison Marr, are you here? Do you want to talk a little bit about this?
Sure. Thank you for mentioning this. I was not expecting that. I look a lot better in that photo than I do now. Yeah, so one of my really good friends, Christina, started Women's Entrepreneurship Week. And since it was usually in person over a week period, but since we can't do anything in person anymore, she's just having like Eventbrites via Zoom. And so she asked me as a sponsor if I wanted to host an event, and I said, sure, very nervously, but I really wanted to share my story of how back in 2019, I was in this deep, dark place of, lost motivation with my business. I was in $22,000 of credit card debt. I was not getting a lot of business. I wasn't closing deals. And so I really was in a place where I was it was not good. So I'm going to share my story of how I got myself out of that place and how I've continued to stay out of it and kept it consistent since then.
Love it. And everybody, we always say everybody has a story, right? When we see somebody on stage, they're not getting on stage until somehow, 5 years later, 10 years later. And so nobody talks about what they did to get there. And as we always say, it's one domino at a time. And so I can't wait. And we'll make sure that the link is in the team meeting recap, and we would love to support you and can't wait to hear all about your journey. So
thank you.
Thank you. All right. And so, Michelle.
Hi. So I've got actually quite a few things, and one thing that's not listed because Allison didn't know about it, but that kind of came up last minute. We had an agent have problems on the Home Security of America website, and so she was unable to enter her application. So I guess Michelle Glenn chimed in. She said they're converting to a brand new site within the next week. So in the recap, we'll put, in the meantime, if you have trouble, what to do. There's two ways that we can handle the situation if you have problems. So that'll be in the recap. Just wanted to let you know that that is currently happening and should be fixed soon. Secondly, let's talk about giving back to the community. It's going to look a little bit different this year, obviously, with COVID. We kind of talked about it. We really can't. It would be pretty hard to do a family, let's just say that, because it requires a lot of shopping. It requires a lot of work here at the office, as some of you recall. And actually, I should step back a minute. For the new people that have started with us, we adopted a family of 6 last year, and we bought a boatload of stuff between gifts, food, homemade items. It was amazing, and this family was beyond grateful. They actually lost their parent, one of the parents that was living in the home due to cancer just a few days before. And so Christmas was like hard enough all on its own without the finances involved. And so we actually helped that make that event to be a little bit better. And I got constant emails and texts from the mom thanking us. So, but that being said, again, this takes a huge group effort. And it's pretty hard to do something like this socially distant, and obviously to prevent, an enormous amount of people in the market center. As some of you recall, we took an entire day to wrap, and we took an entire day to organize, and we took, half a day to fill this lady's van. And so we've decided not to do that this year. And we thought, one of the biggest needs right now is food. And so what we thought is, wouldn't it be cool if we had 10 meals, and it would be like a ham meal. So I just did some research with the Honey Baked Ham Company. It would be all the fixings, all of the ingredients, a dessert, vegetable dinner rolls, potatoes, all that, and then a nice big ham in a nice, beautiful basket. And we would give that to somebody that's in need. So what we thought is, why not reach out to the people that are in need within your sphere? So we would rather give back to somebody that someone knows, or we may know, that's really struggling, rather than, there's just so many people struggling, so we can't lose in this situation. But so I'm asking you agents and actually leadership, and anyone, focus title, anyone here that may have someone that they know that really would benefit and appreciate something like this. So the meal would probably be given out around that Christmas time. And so we're going to do 10 families again. And then Allison is going to send out a separate, not in the team recap, she's going to send out something separate, a follow-up for you to fill it out, fill the person's name, address, anything like that. And so it's first come, first serve, the first 10 that families that we are signed up for, and that's who we're going to choose. So we're thinking it's going to cost, I just kind of did the numbers today and made a few phone calls, about $150 to $175 a meal. So what I was thinking of is I would start a cash donation or check donation, however we want to do it. You can start giving me the money at any time. And so this would be about a $1,500 expense. So, you know, there's 160 of us, that's $10 a piece. So it would be just, $10 a piece. So that can start at any time, but obviously we'll send some more information with the details. So here's what I'm thinking though, is if we collect more than $1,500, the Christmas Clearing Council, which is who we adopted this family through last year, they have had some pretty big crisis happening there. Crises, I guess I don't know the plural format of crisis, but the pandemic forced the cancellation of their toy shop, which they've been doing for years and years and years. And this toy shop would have thousands of toys, and the families that were approved families through the Clearing Council would come in, and there would be hundreds of employees helping each family choose the items for their children. That's totally been canceled. So any additional money that we would collect over that, we would donate to the Christmas Clearing Council, because they said they've had 1,100 people already apply for help this year. And she said there's just every day there's more and more and more. So yeah, so the need, as we know, is greater than ever right now. So that is where I would put the additional money. So does anyone have any questions on that, or in the chat?
No, that's great, Michelle.
Okay, perfect. Okay, okay, good. So that takes care of that. More information to follow. Let's talk a little bit about the Christmas party. So we've been asked quite a few times and by different people if we're going to have one this year. And the unfortunate answer is no. With the governor's orders, first of all, 25%, and I know this is going back and forth with the voting, but right now there was a judge that overruled the ruling that said they're not going to do this or implement this in restaurants. So that's where we sit right now, where you can only be at 25% of your total capacity. So say we have 100 people, we would need to have a facility that would accommodate 400. So, and you know, just the logistics, and I don't know if I should say difference in opinions, but there are. We decided that it would just be best this year to forego the Christmas party, but hoping that there is some light at the end of the tunnel with this pandemic. We're hoping that in spring we can have some type of Christmas in spring or Christmas in June or something to that effect. We're just hoping that we have something that we can gather, but it's all such a fluid situation that we just have to wait this out. And the girls and I logistically just thought it would be best to not have this year. So I'm sad, but it is what it is, and we know that this will end someday. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. And I love the holiday Zoom cocktail party, Chris. You just got to send me a bottle of your amazing whiskey brandy. I can't remember what you drink.
Well, the other thing too is
give me some in the mail, Chris.
We'll have a surprise though coming. So just hang tight.
Bourbon, yes. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're still gonna do some fun things. Don't worry, we're trying to get creative here. Well, we're not trying. We are creative. So we're gonna have some fun holiday things coming up. Just not the big gathering for this year. So.
Darn it, I can't go buy like the 10 dresses like I normally do, and then
you know, Kim, you're
yeah, but you can wear them on Zoom.
Yeah,
fashion show. See who shows up.
Yeah, so don't you worry, we have some really fun, cool ideas. So thank you, and I'm excited, you guys. You know, this is where when we talk about our growth, we have some agents here who have had their best years ever, right, or their best months ever. And how great will it be to be able to give back to our own family? And when we say family, that means you have a family. That's your database, right? That's who supports your business. So really look internally and think and reach out or whatever. It's kind of, that's the purpose of KW Cares. KW Cares is to give to our family, which is our agents and their families who are in need. And when we talk about providing 10 meals, how cool would it be if you did a touch out to your database? We have no idea what's happening and somebody reaches out and says, hey, either A, I know of somebody, or I am the person that needs something. And how great would it be for us to put together this meal basket and you get to be a part of delivering it to somebody who's in possibly your database. So that's pretty amazing. So thank you, Michelle, for continuing to share the love and keep the culture of giving going. So
welcome.
Abby? You're on mute.
So we have brought in a intern. Her name is Jessica. She is from New Berlin West High School. So a little bit different than the past interns. She's going to be here on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 3 to 5. And she's looking to get into law school or move forward with that after high school, but she's came here looking for more of an administrative internship within a professional environment. So we should feel pretty honored that she considers our real estate office to be a professional environment. So that's exciting. She did turn down a lot of retail opportunities and stuff like that. So she will be here at a cubicle. So feel free to say hi to her if you are in the office. And some of her top things that she can help you with is putting your contacts into Command. So regardless of whether or not you use Command for drip campaigns, 36 touch, whatever it might be, maybe they're just a place you put people in a list so that you can create an opportunity, you know, so maybe you're still using something else, that's fine. But everybody should have their contacts in the CRM within Command. And so if that is something that you don't want to spend the time entering data into, she would be a perfect person to take that on. So more details come with that, and I will have details on how to communicate that to her. But that would be something for free that she can enter those contacts into Command for you from a spreadsheet that you have. So the other thing is marketing. She does like to do marketing a lot. So flyers, business cards, designs within Command, creating social posts. So she'll be a resource for that type of stuff as well. If you have any questions, you can come to me or Mia. Mia has been working closely with her as she is at the front desk. So I will get information out on how to reach out to Jessica, but just know that she will be here with us as our intern. And if you have questions about whether or not she can do something, please let me know and I'd be happy to help. And she also has an email that I will put in the chat, or I will send out in an email, I should say, that you can reach out to her at.
Right. And she's normally here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 3 to 5, correct?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Thank you. And I think possibly Tina coming soon, which we can only share verbally.
I know, I'm a little afraid. So I hope nobody is on here from MLS and nobody's going to tattle on me. If they are, my name is Kim Rogne, R-O-G-N-E. Okay. All right, so let's open it up. Who's got some coming soons for some listings?
I do.
Okay, let's hear it.
I have a condo, 3-bedroom condo on 19th and Edgerton, listed at 105. It's got a finished basement and 1.5 bathrooms.
Awesome. Awesome. Who's next?
I do. I have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath coming up in the Sterling, which is a condo on the east side of Milwaukee. It's a high-rise. and it should be coming in the next 3 weeks, priced at $210,000.
Oh, girl, I might have a buyer.
Ah, good. Who said that? Oh, hey.
Awesome. Okay.
I have a condo coming up too in Waukesha in the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 53189, probably mid to low 200s, maybe 240, 250.
Lots of condos. Who's next?
I've got something.
Yay.
I've got a Bayview duplex coming up. It's over 2,500 square feet. There's a walk-up attic that does have radiators in it. You could, polish it up there and use it. Has a 1-car garage. It's right in the hot, fun area of Bayview, and it should be in the low 300s.
Congrats. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anyone else?
Yeah, we've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch coming up on Rangeline Road in Glendale. Should be in about 10 days. They're finishing a few things. That attached 2-car garage should be around $250,000 to $260,000.
Perfect.
Hey, Chris, I need a duplicate of that house in Franklin that you got an accepted offer on yesterday. So if you can clone that house and let me know, that'd be awesome.
If I could clone it, I would. It was, yeah, it's the typical market. It was just crazy. So let's go door knocking and find some more. That neighborhood's full of them. Who wants to door knock?
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
Yeah, we've got some new agents in the PC program that have been outdoor knocking.
Well, how good would it be to door knock for a specific buyer? If you wanted to help get somebody one more deal by the end of the year, there's a way to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else? Okay, buyer needs, anything specific? Anything outside the norm that we're looking for, or are we all looking for the same thing?
I have a buyer that is pre-approved up to 500,000, and he really wants to be either with an in-ground pool or lake access. And he really doesn't care about location. It just can't be a piece of crap on the lake.
Well, he's only going up to 500. I mean, it depends. We could get him on a pond.
No, it's hard.
Yeah. Could find a pool though.
Okay, anybody else? Thanks, guys.
Tina has a pool. Tina, do you want to sell your house?
No.
I've got one real quick if there's a second.
Yeah.
We've got a buyer who's looking Lake Country or like North Shore areas. They're kind of all over the place, up to 700. New construction, like in the last 5 years. They want a nice sized lot, a nice location, and it's, nice and bright and airy. We've seen things that are out there, so I'm just wondering if somebody's got something coming up.
I might have something.
Okay,
in
cool.
Richfield. Would they be open to Richfield?
Potentially, yeah.
It's got a 7-car attached 2-story garage.
Oh.
Whoa. Can't wait to see the photos for that.
Okay.
Did you say 2-story garage?
Yes.
With 7 cars.
For 7 cars.
Does it
I
have
have
an
a buyer for that because he owns 6 collector cars. I seriously have a buyer for that. So
Yeah.
Dawn, if your buyer's passed, let me know.
Okay.
Chris, we'll talk.
Yeah. Love that.
Awesome. Okay.
Wheeling and dealing.
Yeah. Right.
I'd sell my home to you, Allison, but then I'd have nowhere to live. I'd have to live in my office. So my husband would be upset probably.
All righty. So I think, Bill, you're up next. What do we need to know about escrows? 'Tis the season.
Hey, everybody. So this is the season for escrow agreements. And for a lot of you, this is going to be a refresher. But for a lot of the new agents, this is time for you to really focus on these details because this is something that could affect you. In fact, I did field a call from a newer agent earlier today about a chimney repair that was going to run almost up to $10,000 and really spark some relevant discussion. So I did make one typo in the bullet points. The Fannie Mae guideline is actually 1.2% of the cost of repairs. So keep in mind, if you are really getting pushback from a seller around establishing like a cushion, if you will, for the cost of the repair, bear in mind that the guideline says 1.2% of the cost. And another thing that wasn't mentioned is that if the cost of the repairs actually really becomes a big ticket item, which I don't know if this would ever occur, but if it did, they have to establish a cap for that. And that cap is 10% of the sales price. So if someone was buying a property for $100,000 and the repair was going to go over 10 grand, they would not allow an escrow for that. Another thing to keep in mind is that FHA and VA only allow escrows for stuff that's being done outside. And typically the season for escrow is between November and March. So if you're in a position where you have a buyer that's purchasing a home using VA or FHA, and there's chipping and peeling paint and you can't get the work done, that's going to be an example where you're going to need an escrow agreement. This is the time to know your action items around how you're going to get one of those done. You can talk to anyone at Focus Title about drawing up an escrow agreement. They're a great resource. And you also have to determine who's going to hold the escrow agreement and make sure everyone's going to be willing to sign off on it. So keep in mind, if you have any questions on those, you can always reach out to Amy or myself, and we'll be glad to give you some, best practices. Not every lender is going to escrow for a septic. Not every lender is going to escrow for a foundation repair, but a lot of times with Bank 5.9, you're going to see us give you some extra latitude in those areas when we can. Something else that really came up last week for me was this debate around what happens if my spouse gets COVID, or let's say something happens and someone can't attend a closing. So I've always gone to Knight Berry's website, and I've always found the power of attorney form on there as a great resource because all the lenders, all the title companies have always accepted that document. And if you're in a position where you're going to need a power of attorney on a transaction because someone can't attend a closing, we want to make sure that we're proactive on that, not reactive, because you have to get an endorsement to the title policy for that power of attorney, and the lender needs to draw the docs up a certain way. And then finally, you got to figure out who's going to bribe the person who has to sign their name 1,000 times on the chalkboard for having to write attorney in fact and saying the other person's name and writing it out, because it's really a lot more signing for that person. So if anyone wants to talk about power of attorneys, it's also really important to keep in mind you cannot do a power of attorney on an FHA loan, and you also can't do a power of attorney on a trust. So if you have a property titled in a trust, no bueno on the power of attorneys. Does anyone have any questions?
No, that's good.
Awesome. Good. Thanks for your time, everyone. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Bill. We appreciate you. So that was good.
Kim, I just wanted to say, along with that escrow, Maggie Behrens actually was the agent that had the escrow, and she wrote a really, really, really awesome amendment with the language for the escrow. I'm actually going to upload that to zip forms because if anybody needs it, it was a really well written one, so it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Fantastic. All right. Does anybody have anything else for the good of the cause? I just put in the comments, again, the link to the questions. We'd love for you to rate the team meeting, please. That will be in the team meeting recap, but do it now because you're not going to remember, right? And we added another question at the end. So there's 4 questions. So there's a new question that we added at the end. So please, we'd love for you to answer that. That helps us make decisions on what value we bring to you at these team meetings. So anybody else have anything to add?
Can I add one very quick thing? On tomorrow, 9 a.m. on the Mojo calls, you want another deal and you want to know what to say. I participate. I am a member of the Never Ending Referrals Maps coaching group. I have a really cool script that I'm going to share tomorrow. So be with us tomorrow at 9 and we'll script practice a new script that's super easy for you guys to call your database.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Wednesdays are the shift.
Yep. James Shaw at 7 and then be on the Zoom at 9.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you, Chris, for the reminder. Love it. Okay, guys. And right. So go ahead and rank our meeting and no 7s are allowed. Oh, there's no 7 there, Tom Martin, by the way. We took it out. All right. Have an amazing week. Thanks for joining us. Bye.